pleasant surprise after pleasant surprise. BTS Jin just announced first ever solo tour titled RUNSEOKJIN EP.TOUR. So we're gonna talk about this, and he's gonna hold that in 9 cities, and we're gonna go over the different venues where he will be performing at. And the interesting thing is, in Korea, he's gonna perform at Goyang concert hall, but not the main one, but auxiliary venue. So we're gonna talk about what's up with that. And then we will end by talking about the track list that they also just released. Okay, so let's start from here. Rolling Stone article. BTS Jin announces first ever solo tour. Singers RUNSEOKJIN EP.TOUR will visit arenas in 4 US cities this summer. Just days after Jin announced his upcoming new album, Echo, the BTS member has revealed plans for his first ever solo world tour. The RUNSEOKJIN EP.TOUR, complicatedly named after the singer's Runjin 달려라 석진 variety show on YouTube, will visit 9 cities this summer, with 4 of them, Anaheim, Dallas, Tampa, and Newark, New Jersey in the US. Each city is currently booked for 2 shows, July 17th and 18th at Anaheim's Honda Center, July 22nd and 23rd at Dallas American Airlines Center, July 26th and 27th at Tampa's Amelia Arena, and July 30th and 31st at Newark's Prudential Center. And we're gonna look at what the venues look like and the capacity later in the video. The track, which begins in South Korea and Japan before moving to the US, is currently scheduled to conclude in London and then Amsterdam, Netherlands. Beautiful. Earlier this week, Jin, who released his first solo album Happy in November 2024, announced he will drop his next LP or EP, right? Echo on May 16th. A press release noted that Echo offers Jin's perspective on universal life experiences, capturing everyday emotions with warmth and sincerity. Built on dynamic band sounds, the album showcases versatile vocals across a spectrum of moods and styles. It reflects a deeper layer of vocal maturity and personal storytelling that underscores Jin's evolving artistry. So we're going to talk about that at the end of the video as well. So let's go to the Weverse announcement. RUNSEOKJIN EP.TOUR 개최했네. So here we go. 9 cities, Goyang, Chiba, Osaka, Anaheim, Dallas, Tampa, Newark, London, and Amsterdam. And if you go over to Big Hit's official website, here's a more laid out version of the schedule. Goyang Auxiliary Stadium, yeah, so it's much smaller than the main stadium where artists perform in. For example, Anaheim and 17 performed in Goyang last year, but at the main hall, main venue, but he's gonna perform at Auxiliary Stadium. And in Chiba, Japan, Makuhari Messe International Exhibition Hall 4 to 6, Osaka, Kyocera Dome Osaka, Anaheim Honda Center, Dallas American Airlines Center, Tampa Amelia Arena, New York Prudential Center, London the O2, and Amsterdam Ziggo Dome. Now, Jin gave us a spoiler about this a few days ago. On April 15th, the episode 30 of Runjin BMB, at the end of the video, he says something like this. But since we have to do the last show for Runjin, and I was thinking we could do a concert with the fans. 팬들과 함께하는 달려라 석진 공연. That's a great idea. That would be great. But he was worried that the scale would be too large and it would require too much work. Especially if on the staff's side. And then let's think things through. And then at the end of the video, here we go, the ultimate spoiler alert. 달려라 석진 and FanCon coming soon. And only a couple days later, we had that official announcement. How beautiful is that? Now that I think about it, maybe, remember the video that Jin and J-Hope made back in January about their New Year plans, New Year ambitions, where they met up through Google Meet or Zoom? They said something like this, subtitles, English. So at the time, J-Hope was preparing for a world tour, right? And then he said something like, you know, it's regrettable that he cannot visit all places in the world to meet fans. And he says something like, that's the point of having a team, Jin. Referring to the fact that if I'm unable to go, Jin or another team member can go on behalf of them. So perhaps that's why Jin is visiting places where J-Hope physically is unable to go, right, due to his packed schedule. So here's a world map that I came up with. Global tour map with venues and dates. 4 spots in the US, and London and Amsterdam in Europe, and once in Korea, and 2 locations in Japan. And here's a capacity, venue capacities by city. Goyang, 2,000. Now, it could be ranging from 1,000 to 2,000. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but officially it's 1,000, but depending how the seats are set up, it could extend to 2,000 or a bit more. So we'll see about that. Chiba, Japan, 22,000. Osaka, 55,000. That's the largest scale by far. Anaheim, 18,000 or 19,000. Dallas, 21,000. Tampa, 21,500. Newark, 18,700. London, 20,000. And Amsterdam, 17,000. So Goyang is the smallest, and Osaka will be the largest. And then once again, this is the map that I came up with. Now let's look through these menus, like what they look like. So what you're looking at right now is Goyang Stadium. The larger one is the main one. Now the one below it, that's the auxiliary stadium where Jin will be holding his fan concert. This is Chiba Makuhari Messe International Exhibitions Hall, 4 to 6. Now this is an interesting one because they have, international exhibition hall and conference hall. Exhibition hall, 1 through 8 can be divided with movable partitions. Right? The exterior of the characteristic roofs of exhibitions hall 1 to 8 is inspired by the mountains, blah, blah, blah. A pit is built in the floor of the exhibition hall. So here's a floor map. And Jin will be utilizing exhibition hall 4, 5, and 6. So if his concert is being held in Makuhari Messe's International Exhibitions Hall 4 to 6, the estimated capacity will be approximately 15,000 to 18,000 attendees, depending on the specific layout and seating arrangement. Okay, here's a virtual tour, 4 to 6, what you're looking at right now. And then each of these halls offers about 6,750 square meters of space, which can be combined for larger events. Which is why I've kind of put like 22,000 there, but I think it will be between 15,000 and 18,000 for that specific exhibition hall. How about this? That is Osaka Kyocera Dome. And that's the largest scale, right, for his world tour fan concert. And in fact, And then next up is Anaheim's Honda Center. Beautiful. Dallas American Airlines Center. Tampa's Amelia Arena. Newark's Prudential Center. And London, the O2. And according to BTS Charts Daily, Jin will be the first K-pop soloist to hold a solo concert at the O2 Arena in London in history. Jin is coming. So that's awesome. And here's Amsterdam Ziggo Dome. Some of the venues BTS has already performed as a group. So that will be quite meaningful for Jin. All right, what else? Now, let's talk about the Goyang situation. Okay. BK Music already came up with the poster for RUNSEOKJIN episode tour in Goyang. Yeah, they're using his face card in a right way. I love his leather jacket, the style, very modern, black and white. So, Korean armies are kind of surprised because, why not at the main stadium and instead using this tiny auxiliary stadium? So this is what the stadium looks like. The official capacity is about 1,000, but they just made an announcement that all seats will be on the flat ground. And if you consider that for each block, about 40 seats might be available, then if you combine them, you can come up with a number, figure like 2,000-ish. So that's my estimate. We'll have to see once the ticketing starts. Ticketing will begin on April 28th for ARMY's official membership members, and for general ticketing, it will be available in 11 days on April 29th, right? But yeah, apparently Korean armies are, making theories about, the reason why they're holding this event at the auxiliary stadium. Maybe, someone had a crazy speculation that maybe Jin will have I don't know, like actual physical, track and field style events, just like TXT had similar events with their fans last year. It was indoors though. Well, we'll have to see. So that was the situation, and yeah, no wonder why Korean fans are surprised, because auxiliary stadium is quite small, especially given the popularity of this event. The expected popularity of this event. All right, so that was that. Yeah, here's the seating plan for the Goyang concert. Oh, and yeah, I thought this was pretty funny. So he'll be visiting 9 cities, and total of 5 countries. But for some fans, they're not even getting a chance to see him in person. World tour in the States, world tour in Korea, and likely world tour in Japan whenever BTS world tours are announced, but no chance in South America or Africa. Maybe some cities in Europe. For Australia in 7 years, we might. So I thought that was pretty funny. But, we'll see. I'm pretty sure BTS members are very excited to visit all places in the world, as long as it's physically possible for them. So we'll have to stand tight. All right, lastly, let's talk about the track list, because this is exciting too. Jin reveals new album track list for Echo featuring collaboration with Yena. So that's the headline. Jin of BTS returns with the title track, Don't Say You Love Me. Jin posted the track list for the mini album Echo on the 17th of April. This album contains a total of 7 tracks, including the title track Don't Say You Love Me, Nothing Without Your Love, Loser featuring Yena, so that will be the only track featuring another artist, Rope It, A Journey with Clouds, Background, and To My Present Self, 오늘의 나에게. The title track, Don't Say You Love Me, is a song that expresses the irony of not being able to let go of each other easily due to love, even as a relationship with a partner is falling apart. The second track, Nothing Without Your Love, contains a heartfelt message that I am nothing without the other person's love. The third track, Loser, featuring Yena, depicts a couple that sometimes annoys each other in a playful way and at times squabbles like it is a habit. This song is expected to showcase a fresh chemistry between Jin and solo artist Yena, who stands out with her bubbly charm. So the track, especially because of the fact that it's the only track features another artist, reminds me of the one where he collabed with Red Velvet's Wendy in his latest album, the first mini album, Happy, right? The fourth track, Rope It, cheerfully and energetically sings about the need for not only choices, but also bold sacrifices to obtain what one desires and to reach goals. The fifth track, A Journey with Clouds, is inspired by the desire to join the journey of Cloud, a friend that encompasses my entirety. The sixth track, Background, deals with the poignant feeling of I have become the past, but my love still waits for that person. The final track, To My Present Self, is a song dedicated to the present me, which is faithful to the now and will not return. In particular, Jin directly participated in the lyrics of the majority of the songs on the album, including Nothing Without Your Love, Loser, Rope It, and A Journey with Clouds, showcasing his capabilities as a solo artist and adding authenticity to the album. Alright, so at least 4 songs he wrote the lyrics. I like that. The second mini album, Echo, where fans can experience Jin's diverse voice based on band sound, will be released on May 16th at 1 p.m. Jin has expressed his thoughts on various moments in life that anyone can relate to, viewing them through his unique lens and presenting them in a simple yet witty manner. Meanwhile, Jin plans to sequentially unveil 3 versions of concept photos that will allow fans to feel the atmosphere of the new album from the 22nd to the 24th, heightening their anticipation. So there you go. Which track are you looking most forward to? It kind of resembles the first mini album and it kind of doesn't. I feel like there are more love songs on this album. So it starts with love songs and then it ends with like the discovery of self, right? So that's pretty interesting. I absolutely love the first album. In fact, before filming this video, I listened to the album, re-listened to the album like 3 or 4 times today. And hopefully this album will be even better, right? I love Jin's vocals with the band sound. But one regrettable part about the previous album is that there were some songs where the range, like the pitch, was a bit too high for his vocals. Like, for example, Another Level. I absolutely love the track. In fact, I made my own rap cover for the song, right? But that song in particular is a great song, but I felt like it was too high for his vocals to reach. So maybe, they came up with the songs that are like customized to Jin's vocals in a perfect manner, right? So I'm super excited. All right, so that's it. The fact that Jin has planned another fan concert is amazing, given the fact that what he did, the very first thing after he got discharged from the military was a fan concert, right? Meeting armies in Korea. And then only a year after, he's doing it again. And this time, globally, right? Which is absolutely amazing. All right, so that's it. So feel free to comment if there's anything that I was incorrect about or something that I left out. Please fill in the gap by adding your information and details. And as always, when we comment, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. And let me know what you're excited about this whole thing. The World Tour, fan concert, and the latest album, upcoming album. Okay? See you guys later. Peace and love. Bye-bye.